What's up, Barnhill family, and welcome back to the channel.
Yo.
So the reign of greatness for Alexander the Great Volkanovski just continues. 21 fights in a row now. This guy is seemingly unstoppable. We said it before in the predictions video, and I still agree that maybe not one of the most underrated champions anymore, certainly not after last night, but definitely one of the best. I mean, this guy has got to be right up there with Usman for pound. 145 is ridiculous, and Volkanovski's just ahead above all of them.
Yeah, historically, 145 and 155 have always been the most difficult and competitive divisions to become the champ of and then to obviously retain the title. And Volkanovski's kind of making it look easy. Now, when you have a guy who's on a 21 fight win streak, it's kind of hard to see skill development and progression in their game, right? They're doing something right. Why would you need to fix anything?
Yeah.
But Volkanovski looks like he's operating at a new frequency right now. He's levels above everybody else, and he's a nightmare pretty much for every single fighter at 145. We've got to see him on his rise take on various styles of fighters at 145, and it is one of the most diverse styles, divisions as far as styles go. And then when he got to the top, it was the best of the best. You know, Max Holloway he can do it all, right?
Yeah.
Korean Zombie, the toughest guy that the division's ever seen, right? He's Volkanovski, Brian Ortega, best submission grappler.
Possibly in the UFC.
Yeah, definitely in that division. He's making everybody look like they don't belong with him, and that's kind of scary. So I personally think that Volkanovski is the most underrated champion right now, but the way he's making progress and he's still getting better and improving is a scary thing. I think he is just now, like as of last night, entering his prime, and we're going to see him literally continue to get better at the pace that he's getting better at over the next couple of years, and that's a scary thought.
It sure is. And then when you think about how good he is everywhere, ground and pound is just insane. His striking is continuing to develop and get better. His strength is off the charts. I mean, I would venture to say that he's probably twice as strong as most 145ers, and that comes from the fact that he played rugby, which is a very gritty, very tough sport, and the fact that he was a gentleman who weighed over 200 pounds at one point in his life, and it wasn't because he was fat. It was because he carried around a lot of mass. And so Volkanovski, for a man that can weigh 145 pounds, is freakishly strong. And he said it last night, I'm not the most athletic guy in the world. I'm not the most physically gifted guy in the world, but I am the hardest worker in this division and in this sport. And I'm going to continue to show you guys that, improve myself, which really says a lot for a guy that's won over 20 fights in a row, because you tend to get bored. I mean, when you're just beating everybody, and the way he beat Zombie last night, I mean, we all kind of knew he was going to beat Zombie. Not many people really predicted Zombie to win. Neither one of us predicted him to win. However, I thought he would be able to put up more of a fight, and I don't think it was that Zombie didn't show up. I just think he had nothing for Volkanovski. Volkanovski looked twice as fast. He looked twice as strong. His mental game was on point. The tech, even the couple times when Zombie hit him with some good hooks, Volkanovski immediately changed levels and shot these beautiful takedowns. So it shows his fight IQ is just continuing to rise. And look, he said, I'm getting bored with the 145 division. I'm sick of these guys that can't get their crap together. I'm thinking about moving up to 155 and challenging whoever's the champion there. And there certainly wouldn't be a strength disparity. There might be a little bit of a height disparity, but Volkanovski's just as strong as any 155er in the division. So, hey, once you win 21 fights in a row and you're cleaning out the division, you pretty much get to do what you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he's gone up against some of the best 145ers that we've ever seen on this planet. And he's also, proving to us that he's able to go with them and beat them and make it look kind of easy.
Yeah.
If anybody said Max Holloway should move up to 155, and when he was on the docket to go against Khabib for last second replacement, nobody really batted an eye at it. Well, he's got 2 wins over that guy. Yeah. So I think
and there's nobody like Khabib in the division right now. So.
Right. Besides Islam, I guess.
Yeah.
But Volkanovski, above everything, right? He's the hardest worker in the room. You can tell that in his level of intensity. And obviously he comes in shape. His mental game is, it's unstoppable. Yeah. You're not going to beat that guy in a mental game. But the thing that sticks out to me the most is his ability to, come up with a game plan and then stick to it.
Yeah.
his team is something special. What they've got going on down there is something very, very special. And I say down there because I guess they are from the land down under.
They come from the land down under.
Yeah, it was a battle of great walkout songs last night. Zombie always hits you with the zombie, and then the land down under. That song is great, perfect for him.
Yep.
He seems like the kind of guy that is in for a good time. Just one of those dudes that is going to put a smile on your face, and he's going to get in the cage and put on a great show. So I'm becoming a huge Volkanovski fan, and I think he is a real problem, proven to us a problem for everybody at 45. I don't even think Cejudo wants to try to re-enter the USADA pool and get back in there and jump in at 45. He doesn't want any part of that. And I think if he moves up to 55, with the way he's able to, cultivate a game plan and then execute on that game plan, almost everybody at 55 would have their hands full, and I think his speed would really showcase well there. He doesn't get hit all that much because his in and out movement, his lateral movement is really, really high level. He's able to strike and not get hit back. He's able to take the fight to the ground when he needs to. He's so good at winning rounds, and I think that's just the mindset of a champion. The game plan development that they have going on down at his camp is next to none, and you're seeing the results speak for themselves. Volkanovski literally put on a clinic last night. I mean, the way he was almost letting up by the time the fourth round started because he felt bad Zombie was getting beaten up so bad. And Zombie's too tough for his own good. Everybody wanted to see him go out there and compete and see what he could do. Unfortunately, the top of the heap is just a little bit too ridiculous for him. And I think in his age at 35, being literally one of the most seasoned veterans that the UFC has on its roster right now, going from fighting in title fights in 2013 to almost a decade later fighting for title fights again. It's just a little bit too late in his career to be competing with a guy as fresh as Volkanovski.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I don't think it's anything for a Zombie to hang his head over. He's really an amazing fighter. I think everybody who's a fan of MMA is also just kind of by default a fan of the Korean Zombie. But, he had the mandatory military service. He is getting a little long in the tooth right now. And sometimes the trade-off for giving us those wars that we love, like Cowboy Cerrone, like Diego Sanchez, like the Korean Zombie, is that tends to not allow for a lot of longevity as your career progresses. But I think that no matter what, it was going to be Volkanovski's night last night. You talk about his corner. I mean, think about who was in his corner. You have Craig Jones, one of the best submission grapplers in the world, also walks out to the land down under song. You have Frank Hickman, becoming probably one of the premier wrestling coaches in all of MMA right now. You have Eugene Behrman in the corner, and then Volk's head coach. I'm drawing a blank on his name, the heavier gentleman, but he's. I mean, the corner is absolutely star-studded itself with current competitors, Hall of Fame coaches, and a fighter that's willing to listen and put the work in. I think this is a recipe for real greatness. And you can't convince me that Volkanovski doesn't have a chance against the winner of Oliveira Gaethje. You just can't do it. I think it'd be a pick'em fight for either one of those two.
Yeah, I think he's got the speed to stay away from some of those power strikes that a Gaethje would bring. I think that Oliveira's got good power, but at the same time, he gets hit as well. And if Volkanovski's able to stay at his range and use that footwork that he was able to show us last night, I think he is at least somebody that you would have to watch out for and game plan seriously for if he did decide to move to 155.
I don't think Conor would want to fight him.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Drop us a comment and let us know, do you think Volkanovski should move up to 155? Let's have that debate in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.